Hi guys, it's me Julia. I am back again with another kiln opening. I think it's about number 32, I think. So it's not very full. There's one piece that I'm a little excited about, and then I've got some pieces from the community kiln that I couldn't fit in my kiln because they're quite big. So without further ado, I'm going to go in. I haven't had a look and then open it. Right, I've got my list if I can work out what's what. So okay, I'm just going to do it. Right, here we go. Oh, 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 yay, okay, right, wow, oh my goodness, right, I should actually get a piece out, shouldn't I, instead of just looking at it. Right, now this one, I literally stuck on the top of the kiln on this teeny bit of broken shelf, on some, let me just get those out of the way, just move those over there. So, ta-da! Look at that! So I took some inspiration from Jeanette for Ceramics. She does a lot of glaze chips, and I've got a big jar of glaze chips, and I'd also over time, when glaze had finished, got all of the bits out of a few different bottles, put them separately. So I've got a few individual glaze chips, and I had a couple of colour group glaze chips. So this one, I had a little pot that said green, blue and pink. Now I can't see any pink on it, so I don't know what the pink was, but I decided to do 2 coats of honey flux because I've never had honey flux before. That's new to me. I've had blossom flux and the honeydew flux, but honey flux is new. 2 coats of honey flux, and then I put round the edges a 3rd coat of honey flux with the glaze chips. Then the glaze chips all started falling in, so I pulled them up again with some more honey flux and got like stuck them down a bit, because it was only after I'd put the glaze chips on that I realised I decided that I was going to do the back with greens, blues and pinks. So I couldn't get, I should have done it the other way, should have done the back and then should have done the front, but I'm a bit topsy-turvy, and when I'm tired I don't think straight anyway. Because I couldn't get as much glaze in on the back, I had to sit like that so that the glaze chips didn't fall out. And so it means that the blue roux tile that I'd put on and the bit luster hasn't come out blue or green, which is a shame. But that doesn't distract from that absolutely, actually I think I can see 1 pink, 2 pink. How incredible is that? So my greens before I got the luster would have been Emerald Falls, Seaweed, Rainforest potentially. They're the only greens, so that's what those greens would have been. And my blues would have been Blue Lagoon, possibly a bit of blue roux tile, I don't think I had a lot of other blues. I'm trying to think of what other blues there are. Yeah, so just look how yummy. That is about the yummiest outcome that, you know, I had totally no expectations whatsoever. I'm floored by the gorgeousness of that. I really am. Like, totally. Jeanette, I am totally on board with you now with glaze chips. I'm going to use my jar in a bigger bowl, I think. Not the whole jar because it's a big jar. But I'm going to have some more trials with glaze chips and honey flux. Love it, love it, love it. Like, oh, win-win. Right, okay, let's have a look at that. Right, ooh, okay, there is one piece that I'm going to leave to last. Oh, right, this nice piece of chain is stuck to the cookie. It is with manganese oxide. Does that sound right? The dark one? I think it's manganese. Yeah. So look how lovely and chainy and rusty it looks. I think it'll knock off because it's just oxide. I did put it on quite thick though because I couldn't get it to look clean, you know. It was just looking so patchy. And even when it was in the kiln, I was like in with a little brush trying to get the patchy bits up. But it actually, can you see though, there's like almost shiny bits on it. And I think I've had that with the manganese wash where it goes quite, must have some kind of fluxy element to it. But I reckon, I don't do it here because it'll probably fly everywhere, but that's a gorgeous piece of chain. I'd like to do a big piece actually, like a really big nice piece of chain, and I want to do some chain mail, so I'm having a bit of practice with my chains. So that's that. That was the end of a piece of clay. So right, I'm going to leave this one over here. I'm just going to put that there because I want to show you that one in a bit. Right, let's get these props out. Right, I'll show you the boring one first. This is just, it was just a little scrap of clay. Oh, I nearly dropped it. A little scrap of clay that I just did some texture on. It's just a little roll, just a little wooden roller. And it was supposed to be a boat shape, and then a bit got chipped off because it was supposed to be for a garlic baguette or any kind of baguette really. But that's 3 coats of rose quartz, and my rose quartz comes out nice. In the community kiln, which is hotter, rose quartz comes out really dull and not very nice at all. But it's probably slightly darker pink than you see it because I've got the ring light on. But yeah, just a random, Jacob will love that because he loves the garlic baguette. Random pink, funny shaped boat thing. Anyway, so, oh, okay, now I'll have to have a look what I put on this one. Let's have a look. Boat plate. Oh, actually, that plate had one layer of coral underneath. That's probably why it's shiny. I've just seen buff plate, buff ball lined bottom. That's this one. This has a lines, just again another roller, but the clay, if you look, looks speckly. It's not meant to be speckle clay, it's just a buff, and I'm pretty sure I didn't, there is a piece that I put some speckles in, but some iron spangles, but this isn't it, so I don't know why it looks speckledy. So this is 2 rose quartz, 1 galaxy, and sweeps of oatmeal. Look, it's actually pretty. It looks more blue, I think, for you. Let me just turn that ring light off, see if that makes any difference. Actually, is it or not? I like it better with it on. I think that that is really different from what I thought, because the galaxy, yeah, I'm not sure what I thought it was going to do, but the blue coming through is from the galaxy, and all these flashes are from the galaxy also. The oatmeal has swept it around, and then the rose quartz maybe is some of the pink coming through, but I don't mind that. In real life, I think it looks nicer than on camera. It looks a bit like a petri dish on camera, but actually in real life, I think that's nice. That was just a rough edge hump mould on one of my half sphere cake mouldy things that I did. So yeah, not complaining about that one either. In daylight it looks lovely. It's getting a bit dull now. Okay, last one on this shelf is this little pumpkin. Look. So it's a closed form. So just for those of you who've had disasters with closed forms, it is possible to fire a closed form. Poor Jeanette I made her a pumpkin when we were on our little adventure, and the pumpkin has had an accident in her kiln, so just wanted to check whether this was a closed form or not, and it is. So this is Duncan Renaissance Bronze Lilac on there. I've not used it much because I've thought it not much for anything, but as a brown it works. And on here, pumpkin is 2 coral like this, then dots. So if you think of glaze chips, it's just dried dots of clay, isn't it? So my theory was, would this work like glaze chips if I just threw dots of random stuff? So dots of sangria, kimchi, pink opal, all while wet, just so they're all intermingled a bit, rose quartz and a little ivy and a little light flux, and that's what we have here. So I absolutely love it, and this one I'm going to send to Jeanette because the one that I made her blew up and didn't, it blew up a couple of other things as well. So Jeanette, this is your pumpkin, and I'm also going to make her a new jug because her jug got broken. So as by way of an apology of the pumpkin exploding. Here's a new pumpkin, and I will make her a new jug as well. So he is just beautiful. I absolutely love him. Right, so right at the bottom, we're at the bottom already. Ooh, okay. Now, wow, actually, a little plate. Oh, you can't see the pink. There is some very pale pink. Can you catch it? There. Can you see the pink there? So, just playing around with my underglazes. I didn't want them to be too heavy. I just wanted to do a little kind of pastel-y mandala. Maybe if you've got a big screen it might be okay. Let me turn the light off again. There, you can actually, sorry about the wobble, you can see it better with the light off. But it was just playing to see. I'm not confident at drawing, so I just wanted to do this mandala pattern, and it looks really pretty and it's subtle. You know, I didn't want it, because I only put one coat of everything. I didn't want it to be like really in your face. I wanted it to be like really nice, like a little dinnerware piece, because this is one of the, it was the last slip cast plate that I'd done to see if I could try and get it right. Oh, it's not in here. I did one, do you remember, with paisley pattern on. So that's 2 for a little set. I have got a little bit of slip left, cast and slip. I'm wondering whether I should try and cast another one. Not sure. So there is one more piece from the kiln and then some community kiln stuff. Right. Okay, so it's still a little ball and chain. Right, the hinge is a little, it's not very good. It's got a little crack in it. So it is a hinge and it does open, but it does have a little crack in it. So I don't want to play with it too much. So that is the cuff. Just say like that does move, but it did have a little crack. Cuff, chain, and ball. And that is really heavily applied iron oxide, red iron oxide. But I really applied it till it was really, I didn't want it looking patchy. And it's much browner. That's exactly the colour you see on screen is how it come out. But look at the chain. I love it. I have been doing a few weird pieces, and one of them exploded on this kind of theme. One of them exploded because the community kiln fired it too quick, and one of them I dropped. So the universe told me I wasn't to make them. So I remade one in a different way. Anyway, that's enough teasers. But what do you think? A ceramic ball and chain. Whether it's even got like a little thing that you can lock. Will it lock? I think it might have just been come out of alignment slightly. Oh no, it would. It would with a small lock. I just got my hair caught in it. Yeah, I made it as a table piece. You know, like a coffee table conversational piece. I'd thought about chain, and I was chatting to Nat at Mud Magic, and a while ago she'd said something about a ball and chain, and then the idea came back to me when I'd thought about chain again. So there we go. I absolutely love it. But can you imagine conversation around a coffee table about this piece? I thought about relationships, and you know how people call their wives the ball and chain, and that was kind of what made me think of doing it and having it on a coffee table for that kind of reason. So anyway, it must have touched somewhere because there's a little bald piece on it, but there we go. Right, so did I get all of the colours out on those? I did. So next is, let me just put that in there, another piece from the community kiln, a lovely platter in rich toasted. So I've done some grooves in the back because I find if it's got a little bit of grooving or some kind of pattern on the back, it allows a little bit of airflow, and I find that it stays flatter. I mean, look at that, it's lovely. And that pattern, it has a name, I've forgotten what it is. My friend Karen, she told me what it was, something to do with a life pattern, or I'm sure she'll comment and tell me. But that's gorgeous. 2 coats of Mako Northern Woods. Northern Woods on the bottle is green, as would Northern Woods would you'd expect with the name, but it's always in the community kiln come out blue. No idea why, but it is the most beautiful breaking blue. Can you see the breaks around there? No idea. I've never tried it in my kiln, and that might be interesting to see if I can get green out of it. But I really love the blue, and as my little Tuesday group, we all love this one on texture. So next, ta-da! Look at this biggie. She is on rich toasted with big dots. Big dots. She's gorgeous. She would have fit in my kiln, but the 2 that I've got would have filled the kiln. That would have been just 2 pieces. And the community kilns are much bigger. Oh, look at the blues. Kind of looks almost galaxy-ish, doesn't it, on the outside when you move it. So this is, I knew there was a reason I had this notebook again. So big dot bowl is 1 power turquoise, 1 textured turquoise, 2 blue lagoon, and then a 1.5 inch band of iron luster and a 1 inch band of blue rutile just round. Gorgeous. You can see the kind of greens coming through. It is beautiful. I think maybe it could have done with slightly less glaze, maybe 1 blue rutile on there, blue lagoon. Maybe if I'd have done 1 power turquoise, 1 textured turquoise and 1 blue lagoon, it might have just taken a little of the cloudiness off. I'm not sure. I think that cloudiness might have come from the textured turquoise, but a lovely blue combo nonetheless. And last piece is another biggie bowl, but a little footed one, and has the cobblestone texture on the back. So it's just a free form square-ish with a raw edge. The little feet in white. It'll be, which white will it be? I think it might have been one from that reclaim bucket that is still sitting just down there. I haven't got to the half the reclaim that I got out of it, and there's still half a bucket. It's like a big toad that's still in there, but I got as much of the separate out as I could, and the rest I think is going to have to be marbled. It's probably gone mouldy as well. So this is, let me see, large white footed bowl, 2 blue rutile, 1 2-inch band, so you can see kind of where it's 2-inch band of ancient jasper, then a 1-inch band of oatmeal, Amco oatmeal, and then I literally threw some oatmeal at it as well. I didn't throw oatmeal at the back. That would have just been blue rutile on the back. But gorgeous. Love it. But now that I've got 2 more big blues, I need to do some big other colours. I always seem to end up with blue. I do love the blues, but maybe I'm going to go for a different colour. But oh, can you see inside those little bits of oatmeal that haven't moved? They've almost, there's almost, you know, Kathy Maguire's frozen pond technique. There's almost a little bit of that frozen pond. Can you see it there? Like when you see like these bits down the bottom. If I'd have done specific circles, it might have even done that frozen pond technique. I won't say what it actually looks like now that I'm looking at it even closer. They've got little tails on them, look. Look, what does he look like? Tadpoles. That's what it looks like, Julia, just tadpoles. Right, I'll show you this as well. Now, I did a tutorial, I videoed a tutorial and I didn't put it out. When I did my template board, which I've just put out, I did build something, which is this. But it wasn't what I meant to set out to build. I kind of did it upside down. It's all down topsy-turvy. Anyway, this is what it turned out like. This little jug with a little lip and a geometric handle. So, what colour would you like to see on this little geometric jug here? I'm open to ideas of how you'd like me to glaze it. Answers in the comments below. Yeah, let me know. I also have just ordered and had delivered some placemats from Temu. Don't judge. So I want to show you quickly what I got. So I got the Scully, excuse the crackle, the Scully, I'm looking forward to him. This one, he came with a little crack, but I'll still be able to use him. This kind of Inco pattern, which I think will be lovely. I'm hoping that I can get some underglazes in these patterns. This one should be able to do really well, and this one, I think Nat from Mud Magic's used this one, so I'm looking forward to that. And then some kind of little doilies. Not that I need doilies, I've got plenty, but they've just fallen out of the packet, so I might as well show you. These were just like pences, you know, like 70 pence, 80 pence or something like that. But they'll make nice patterns. And they're just polyester, they should just pull off. So, I think that was it. I have got the pieces bisqued that I did for the workshop that I went to with Jeanette from Far Forest Ceramics, but I've run out of clear glaze, so I need to wait for the glaze shop to open up because they're on holiday at the moment before I go down and spend. Anyway, so I'm going to have a go with the Scully first, being that Halloween's coming up soon, and I'm going to use those light underglaze colours that are on this little plate. I don't have a huge amount of underglaze colours, so yeah, I'm looking forward to having a play with that. If you haven't subscribed to me yet, please do so. It makes a huge difference to my channel. If you subscribe, if you like the video, and if you comment, it really helps the algorithm. And I really appreciate it. I love comments from you guys. I always answer everybody's comment. I love to hear your feedback. It helps to keep me motivated to keep going. I love to hear what your colour recommendations for things are, and you're always full of lots of helpful hints and tips as well. So yeah, tell me what you would do with these placemat things, you know, like would you make bowls? Do you think this Scully would make into a bowl? I'm not sure. If I hump him, would his face just get a bit, I'm not sure. I think Tiffany from Hobble Creek Pottery, she did one. I don't know if she turned the edges up and made it into a bowl. We shall see. So I'm going to leave it there because otherwise I'll just rattle on for another like half an hour and you'll be already be turned off and I'll have to be talking to myself. Right, okay, thank you so much guys. I really appreciate you all. There might be some different things coming up in the future. I'm going to try and do some extra tutorials, and I am going to try to go live on TikTok because it's quite easy to go live on TikTok, and I can do that as an experiment before I even think about going live on here. Would you guys want me to do a live kiln opening? Nat at Mud Magic has done a live kiln opening. Sarah Walton does live ones. I'm a little bit intimidated by the whole live situation, especially given that my brain doesn't work very well, having ME and all that kind of stuff, that I might get a bit bumbly. Not that I edit, you know, I'm still bumbling here, but would you want me to do a live? Do you want me to do a live make with me? That might be a different one rather than a kiln opening. If I do a list of what to get and we do like a live, maybe sphere making with a pinch pot method or something like that. If I put like a little list of what to have ready to hand, that might be good. So let me know what you think. do I go live here with a kiln opening or a tutorial, just a basic tutorial, or little Highland coups maybe. And if you don't follow me and you have TikTok, hop on over to TikTok, Ceramics by Julia, and I'm going to, when I make, if I make on an evening, I am going to try and go live and just chat and make kind of thing and see what that's like. I only have about 900 people on TikTok, so yeah, please come over and like add to my little TikTok family. So yeah, I will stop waffling now. That was an extra 2 minutes of waffle you didn't need. So thanks very much, guys. I shall see you on the next one. Bye.